Hi, I'm going to be showing you how to run the Project Zero, including the Getting Started with Wireless LAN Station example on the SimpleLink Wi-Fi CC3200 LaunchPad using IAR Workbench. For this demonstration, we will need the following hardware: a CC3200 LaunchPad with a microUSB cable that is included with your kit, a 802.11 BGN wireless access point, and a computer running Microsoft Windows 7 or XP operating system. We will also need to install the latest CC3200 SDK. Before proceeding to the download link, please go to ti.com and create a login account, or log into your existing ti.com account. Now, go to www.ti.com/tool/CC3200 SDK. Click on the link to download the CC3200 SDK. You will need to fill out the export form before being allowed to download the installer. Run the installer of the SDK. Be sure to install to the default directory of C TI CC3200 SDK _ your version number to follow along with this video. Although it is not required to make the SDK run properly. Be sure to also download the CC3200 Service Pack. If your firmware version is out of date, this demo may not work properly. Once you download the Service Pack, unzip the executable file contained and run it. You will need this file if you update your firmware. Now, go to www.ti.com/tool/Uniflash. Click on the Get Software link for the Uniflash SimpleLink. Fill out the export form, download the Uniflash installer, and install Uniflash. Make sure the CC3200 jumpers look like the board shown. Connect the CC3200 via USB to your computer. Open the Device Manager. Do this by navigating to Windows, Control Panel, Device Manager, and click on the Ports drop-down arrow. You should see the CC3200 LP enumerated by the COM port shown. Your COM port number may not be the same as the one shown here, but this is not a problem. Remember the port number listed. Once the installation of Uniflash is completed, open Uniflash. Click the New Target Configuration button and use the default settings, which should say SimpleLink Wi-Fi CC3100-CC3200. Click OK to proceed. Where it says COM port, enter the COM number that we took from the Device Manager. Click where it says Format, hit OK, and when Uniflash prompts you to please restart the device, press the SW1 button on the CC3200, which is also labeled Reset, to restart the board. Once this operation finishes, select the Service Pack Update button, then navigate to the folder where you saved the CC3200 Service Pack Update, which contains the latest firmware. Click the Service Pack binary file named servicepack_1.0.0 or whatever the latest version number is, .bin, and select Open. During this installation, you will be prompted to restart the board again. When you see this prompt, hit the SW1 button on the CC3200 to restart the board like before. Make sure the installation finishes successfully. In addition, you will need a terminal emulator such as TerraTerm, which is our recommended emulator. You can find TerraTerm on SourceForge at the shown link. If you have not installed this software, please take the time to do this now. You will also need to download IAR for ARM processors version 7.20 or later. You can do this by following this URL: www.iar.com/products IAR-embedded-workbench/ARM. Click the Download button. There will be a warning telling you that you can either get the 30-day time-limited or code-size-limited version of the software. Since some of our examples are too large to be run on the code-size-limited version of IAR, we recommend using the time-limited evaluation license. Or, to avoid any issues whatsoever, consider buying a full license of IAR. Install IAR by using the installation wizard you have just downloaded using the default settings. Let's first make sure our boards are configured correctly. Please check to make sure the jumpers on the CC3200 are configured correctly and look like what is shown. Once we are sure that our board is configured correctly, we are ready to plug our setup into our computer and get started. Open the Device Manager on the computer and click on the Ports drop-down arrow. You should see the CC3200 LP enumerated by the COM port shown. Again, your COM port number may not be the same as the one shown here, but this is not a problem. If everything has been configured correctly, the Device Manager and CC3200 board should look like this. We are now set to run our Getting Started with Wireless LAN Station example. So that we have a little understanding of what we are actually doing, this example switches the device into station mode if it's in access point mode, and connects to the user's access point, then pings an external website. To start the project, go ahead and run IAR. Now that we need to open up our project, select File, then click Open, and then Workspace. Next, we want to open the SimpleLink project by navigating to the location shown, which is C, TI, CC3200 SDK _ your version number, CC3200-SDK, simplelinklewarm, and opening simplelink.eww. Now we should rebuild the SimpleLink project by selecting Project from the top bar and then select Rebuild All, like I am doing right now on the screen. Once we are done with SimpleLink, we need to open our WLAN Station project. Open WLAN Station.eww by following the directory path shown, which is C, TI, CC3200 SDK _ your version number, CC3200-SDK, example, Getting Started with WLAN Station, ewarm, and let's find our way to common.h. To get to common.h, we should be able to use the drop-down menu of WLAN Station and click on the main.c, then common.h. This file is located in C, TI, CC3200 SDK _ your version number, CC3200-SDK, example, common. We want to edit common.h to contain our particular access point as well as its security type and password. Find the macros shown and edit them to your access point settings. Enter the SSID, security type, and password like we are doing. If your access point does not have a password, leave the quotations empty. Save common.h and rebuild it using the same steps we used to rebuild SimpleLink. One last step, we must configure the debugger to download code to the device. To do this, select Project, and then from the drop-down menu, click on Options. Next, select the debugger category. Under the Setup tab, choose TI Stellaris as the driver as shown, and click OK. To check if you are correctly running the application, launch TerraTerm and create a new serial connection to the correct COM port as shown. It should be labeled CC3200 LP. After you select the correct COM port, click on Setup, then Serial Port, and change the baud rate to 115200 as shown. Finally, click on the debug icon as shown to begin downloading and debugging of your device in IAR. On the screen that pops up, select the option CC3200A. Once debugging finishes, select either Debug from the top and then click Go, or simply press F5 on the keyboard. Your device should connect to the access point and then to the internet. If you have correctly run the application, you will see the red, orange, and green LEDs on the CC3200 turn on, and you will see the following serial output as the LaunchPad connects to the access point and pings the website. If this connection is successful, the red LED labeled D7 will switch on. It will then try to ping the user's access point. If the ping is successful, the green LED labeled D5 will switch on. Finally, the device will then try and ping to www.ti.com to check internet connectivity. If it is successful, the orange LED labeled D6 will switch on. Congratulations! We have just set up the CC3200 LaunchPad as a station. This example is a good starting point for writing other more advanced programs. There are also other examples that can be run through IAR that can be found in the same folder as this example. That folder is C, TI, CC3200 SDK _ your version number, CC3200-SDK, example. Good luck, and have fun using the Texas Instruments CC3200 LaunchPad with IAR.